I mean,
We're just normal men. We're just innocent men.
Whoop. That was the only thing you heard because I was muted. Welcome, everyone, to another enterprising episode of Nat20Hot. We are so grateful that you all could join us here tonight and spend your Thursdays. We promise someday we'll get on a weekly schedule, but it is not this day. If you are a first-time joiner of this stream, we are a collection of friends who like to play D&D together, and we do so for fun, and we do it for the kids. We are fundraising in honor of Extra Life, which is a charity of America's Children's Hospitals. So any donation goes a long way into helping us reach our goal of $1,000 raised. We're almost halfway there, and we are more than halfway through the year. So we have some ground to make up, but that's neither here nor there because we're also here to have some fun. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring our party up because I don't do that much when I give a recap. And you can see all our fun, smiling faces. And give you a recap of where we last left off. And when we last left our party, they had made with all race to get the heck out of Westwatch after looting riches and intel from the under construction of Red Wine Trading Company. On their way out of town, though, they encountered a ghost of Randy's past. Not a real ghost, but a figurative one. A platinum-haired young woman named Sina who was exchanging words with a pair of watchmen. The group hastily dispatched or murdered the guardsmen, but it was quickly apparent that Sina wanted nothing to do with Randy, and the group fled the city without her. It was on their walk through the mountains to find Erica that revealed that Randy was his past as smuggler of all sorts of things, including people. Once not guiding Sina to her parents, he was taken for a fool, and she was never heard from again once he handed her over to a group of her father's supposed employees. For the decade that followed, he never took another contract. Backstories would need to wait, though. I'm just watching all of you tell me that I'm breaking up. So hopefully I'm not breaking up that much. Tragic would need to wait, though, as the party nimbly and surely made your way through the treacherous terrain of a hidden cave that appeared to be the hideout for the group that Erica, long-lost person that they thought taken off by a bird, ran with. An attempt to message her into submission and participation failed, and she quickly turned against our party of heroes. Dealing with their adversaries, the party has cornered their one-armed target in the expansive cave of one of the Grey Watch Mountains, and that is where we find ourselves today, with the four of you cornering Erica on a narrow strip of rock surrounded by caverns and crevasses deeper into the mountain, and she is fully held and awaiting whatever it is that you will do with her.
Oh yeah, I've got
That sounded
a whole person up. Yeah.
indeed.
What were we doing? Okay. Erica, my good bitch. We could have done this peacefully. I set it up. I really tried.
yeah, now you're missing an arm.
Well, she was
I
missing
was
an arm before all
missing
of
an
that.
arm the whole damn time, you oaf.
Well, I mean, you could have done this easy with me, but then, look at what happened.
Do you want that back, by the way?
Oh, we do have it.
We have it intact?
I mean, we do.
As intact.
You
I
did.
don't think we do.
You did take it, if I remember correctly.
We did take it, yeah. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
Because
how
you had
intact
the
it's been in
bracelets.
a couple days, I imagine.
You know,
Yeah.
Dunk would be carrying it.
It's
Yeah.
bloated. It's sticky. It's gross. There's kind of like some maggots that are starting to grow on it. It does not look good. And she's like, she's held there, so she can only grimace. And she's, I think I'm doing just fine now, thanks. And she kind of wiggles her little stump.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to like sit down so we can just have a normal conversation around your dead colleagues? Sorry.
I got nothing to gain from talking to all the likes of you.
You got nothing to lose?
What do you plan to do with me?
I mean, not much, honestly. It depends on what you tell us, I guess.
What are you expecting to know? Sounds like you already know it all.
No, we don't know shit. That's the problem. Um, we know that somebody's summoning things from other worlds, and they're leaving behind a holly branch as a sort of calling card, whether accidental or very purposeful.
Kind of
And
rolls her
the
eyes
trail
at
has led
at the sound of the holly branch. She kind of rolls her eyes.
that. What was that about?
Just a bunch of twats, you know. Like I didn't get in this to be doing anything high for some bigger purpose or higher calling. Just here to make a living. The
Can
holly
you
branch
describe
stuff's
that
just
in
a
more
bunch of
detail?
asinine. They think they're being so clever.
Who? This is literally
Them.
what I want.
And she kind of like, as much as she can, gestures with her head towards the dead bodies scattered about.
Okay, mystery solved then?
What? Why were they doing it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, literally yes.
Are you really in a position to be acting so high and mighty right now, considering the circumstances?
I'm flat broke with one arm, and you all just killed my employers. So, the fact that I see is that I don't really have much to lose anyway. So, really,
You know what? Actually,
I
we
mean, there is the
potentially
whole.
have a job lined up for you if you help us out.
find a job.
A stealing job.
Yes, there's a stealing mission that we're all going to do.
Where? When? Stealing mission? What are you all on about?
Oh shit.
Maybe
Where,
we
when?
shouldn't
I
start
don't
anything
know.
until we get the information, we
Honestly,
need.
like, Erica, I don't want to kill you. I want to know what was going on with this, and I don't want to kill you. For realsies.
Roll. Are you trying to deceive her, or?
No, I'm telling the truth.
I... Hmm.
Persuasion?
Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
+7.
Jesus.
Dirty 20.
If you let me go, I'll tell you whatever you want to know that I happen to know. Like I said, I'm no
What
zealot. I
if
didn't fall
you
for this
tell us?
thing.
Insight
What if you
check.
tell us
Is
the
she
stuff
telling the
first,
truth?
and then we let you go?
Willem, roll a insight check
Fucking
first.
Rotary.
Rip Rodri.
I
Best
like
character ever.
poetry.
4.
Um, she appears to be telling the truth, but you're suspicious. What did you say, Bradwin?
Oh, I mean, so like you could tell us what you know, and then we could let you go. We just flip around the two things.
The way I see it, you keep me up here, you're probably going to kill me. So if you let me
No.
down, I know that there is some bargaining between us and I can trust you.
What did Rodri get on his insight check?
4.
Willem rolled a 4.
Hmm.
Um,
Did I say Rodri?
Yeah, but only because I did.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I would
I'd
also
like
like
to
insight
ask.
check.
I'd like to ask Erica, which one of your compatriots was the most just like straightforward, straight shooter?
A straight shooter, you mean like the most honest one?
Yeah.
Ah, I suppose Timothy over there. And she
All
kind of
right. I walk
gestures
over to
to.
Timothy.
And
I walk over to him
Aaron.
and I cast Speak with Dead.
Because everyone's seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie, you can ask three
I have
yes or
not.
no questions. Right?
5.
3 or 5.
5.
5 yes or no questions. Wait.
Is
Also, it
it
doesn't
just
have to be
yes?
yes or no.
Brilliant. I clearly haven't seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah.
All right. Timothy kind of like, his body's kind of crumpled there, and he comes up and he looks
I
right in
turn to
your
the rest
eyes.
of my compatriots and I go, ask away.
Shit. Who are you working for?
I work for Hansen Dady.
What? Can you say that again?
I work for Hansen
I'm asking
Dady.
Chris.
Oh, he works for
Fuck!
Hansen Dady.
Hansen Dady?
Yes.
I'm
That's a
gonna
silly
butcher
name.
that spelling. I wrote it like, oh no, okay.
You
That's
still
two.
only asked one question.
No, that's 2
Yes.
questions.
No. You asked one question. I
What?
missed.
Oh,
She just
okay.
didn't hear me.
What do I recognize that name?
It does
I'm
have
talking.
initials
I'm
H.
asking Chris. It's the
It
You
does have
don't.
HD.
initials HD.
Beyond the initials HD, you do not recognize the name.
What? Why did Hansen Dady have you summoning these creatures?
To bring about a new world order.
Who is Hansen Dady working for?
Hansen Dady answers to no one.
Where is Hansen Dady?
He is here. He is there. He is all around us.
Bro, I
Okay.
can't.
What did you say?
I can't. Does anyone have a question? Otherwise, I was just gonna throw a last one to the wind.
Huddle, so that we
Huddle,
don't
huddle.
Side by side.
accidentally ask the question where he can hear us.
I was just gonna ask if one wanted to work with Hansen Dady, how would they begin that process?
Yeah, I was
Ooh.
gonna ask like
What's-
how do we
I was
like
gonna ask, what is Hansen Dady?
I feel like that's an easy way to get another vague answer.
You're right. Okay, you guys ask. The last one.
I think William's question was
Yeah.
I
really
walk
well.
back over to the corpse and I kneel down and I'm like, if one were to wish to get acquainted with Hansen Dady to further the goals, how would one do that?
We stumped him. Look at that.
One does not simply seek out Hansen Dady. Hansen Dady seeks out you, or one of his subordinates. If you find one of his subordinates, they can show you the way. And he immediately.
We all turned at Eric.
And she's like listening in the whole time. I don't know who the fuck Hansen Dady is.
Insight check. Oh fuck. I just punched the ceiling. Oh shit, that was good. 19.
She has never heard that name in her life.
Where'd you find these guys?
Caught me on the side of the road one day. I walking into town into Westwatch and heard some commotion in the woods. They were doing some weird juju magic of some kind, and asked them what they were doing. They threatened to kill me. I said I could do running for them just to, keep me skin on my back. And been running supplies to and fro ever since. Then when that fucking bird got me, came back here and threatened to go public with everything, let everyone in Westwatch know just where they were. They patched me up just fine, so, thought I'd stick around some more. Paid well.
We killed the bird, by the way, if that makes you feel better.
Quite right. I
And
appreciate
also
that.
cooked part and ate it. It was quite tasty. It
That's
was like surf and turf.
fucking mental, but I can appreciate your style.
Did their group call themselves anything?
No, they just seem like any other run-of-the-mill cult I've seen. In these mountains, there's plenty of weird things cropping up all the time. Didn't really seem anything out of the ordinary, but certainly the creatures they were bringing in and out were unnatural. But
Do you know
they
how
never
they were
really talked
doing
much
it?
about it to me. What?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you knew how they were doing it, but you just kind of answered that.
They just really kind of kept me out of their operations. I wasn't really someone that they trusted per se. I was only around here when shipments were being brought in or when they were patching me up.
Question, for you, Erica, are you gonna try to kill us?
Not right now, at least. But at the same
Hmm,
time, you guys have done me a service. Keep me alive, killing that bird thing. I'd consider us square.
sick. You wanna come
Fair
on a
enough.
stealing mission?
Who's it with?
I have no fucking clue.
Us.
Some guys I met
Where?
Oh yeah.
at a bar.
You doing business with people you met at the Cracked Flagon?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's fine. He knows his way around some crime. He's
What side
human
are you all
trafficked
on?
before. I don't know.
At
Died.
the mention of human trafficking, Willem's knuckles get white as he grips onto his sword tighter.
Are you human trafficked?
No, I just have beef with human traffickers.
Damn, do I hate murderers and thieves?
I can excuse murdering and I can excuse thieving, but trafficking another human being, unacceptable.
You know what?
Well,
Actually, that's kind of solid because I feel like murdering and thieving does have some moral gray areas, but I feel like human trafficking altogether does not.
I think I may have been human trafficked actually.
Oh shit, really?
Well, Fey trafficked. Considering hags
I feel
brought
like
me to my parents from nowhere.
this
Who
is a
knows where I came
discussion for
from?
another time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also potentially an in-character discussion.
Does anyone have any more questions for the girl?
Yeah. Have you ever been at a place in your life where people are kind of just expecting you to be one thing and you don't quite know how to navigate what other people's expectations are of you and what your expectations are of yourself? It's Have you ever been in a place like that?
Do you ever have a dream where
What I was going for.
I've been a street urchin me whole life. Don't know who my parents are. Grew up on the slums of Westwatch. No one's ever expected jock shit of me. So no, I can't say I have any idea what it's like to have anyone expect anything of you, but
Mr.
I do
Wife?
know what it's like to find out your place in the world. I thought I had it here. You all have killed that opportunity. So yeah, perhaps I will come along for a little stealing mission, if it means good pay.
Wait. You thought these people who picked you up, who threatened to kill you multiple times, you thought that was your place in the world?
Did you miss the part where I told you I grew up on the slums in the cities of Westwatch and Trowood? I'll take anything where the money's good.
She's
Right.
scrappy. I mean, that's basically what Dunk did. Let's be real. No offense, Dunk. I don't think you'd
We
find that
never
offensive,
threatened
though.
to kill him. We're buds with Dunk.
You're so lucky, Erica, to know who you are and to be sure.
I stare
Right.
at Rand.
You are an odd bunch. And you're coming from someone who just spent the better part of half a year rolling with a bunch of cultists. Y'all are odd folk. But I appreciate you sparing my life.
Cool. Let's loot these bodies.
Can I do one last insight check on her to see if she actually appreciates us, or if she's just kind of looking for time to? She's biding her time to get out.
You can roll an insight check.
I got a
Um,
nat 20.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't like you guys, but you get the sense that she's at least like begrudgingly appreciative.
I'll take it.
I'll work with that. Yeah.
do you want to like stick with us while we loot these bodies quick and then leave this place with us just so that we can avoid any traps and stuff?
There's really only one way in and one way out. It's the way you came in. But I
Okay, I think we
suppose if I'll
still
be
have most of the
joining you,
job.
and you're not planning on killing me, I can travel with you folks back into the city.
Neat.
Cool. One last thing. I'd like to loot these bodies.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're leaving the heck out of these bodies. Give us their
Alright.
belongings. Give me our duodenum.
What?
Yeah,
Have you never
Just
seen
ask for
Hunter x
duodenum?
Hunter?
No.
No.
There's
I
this
did
in
play it,
Hunter x
did
Hunter.
not like it.
There's this little girl, the white-haired kid's little sister, where she can grant you 3 wishes, but after every wish, she asks for a request, and they start off as like stuff like, "Oh, I want a high five. Oh, give me a lollipop." But then after you get your third wish, she'll ask for something super messed up that will kill you. And one of the things she's like, "Give me your duodenum," and it's so funny.
Here on Nat20Hot, we always find out new things about pop culture and Stephanie. Great. Looting the bodies. As you kind of go through the members of the room, you find just a moment. Please hold.
Puppy.
All right. You find an ever burning torch on the body of the man who you spoke with Speak with Dead. You find each of them has a club that they were using to beat you with. The one other spellcaster closest to the one that you spoke to has a +1 dagger. And throughout each of them, you total up the amount of gold that you find and find 392 gold pieces strewn about the
We
bodies.
give the gold to Dunk.
Yes.
The banker.
The Bank of Dunk.
Who can use a dagger the most?
Not I.
I can use it, but I don't know if I'd be best served by it.
It's daggers
Well,
not my thing.
sure, I'll take it. I'm not a dagger person. I'm more of a sword person.
You can
I
also
can use it as
attempt
an
to
offhand.
sell anything that you find.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Right.
Shout out
Miss
to
Steph's mom.
Sharon,
Hi,
Dr.
Mom.
Ring.
Everyone says hi, Mom. I don't know if she heard me.
How much gold was that again? 322?
392.
392.
That's basically 400. Just round it up.
Nope, don't round it up. Because you didn't find 400 gold.
I didn't.
Can I scrounge for 8 more gold?
You can certainly take a look around the room if you'd like.
Yeah, I want.
I hope you stick your hand in a
And,
bear
you know.
trap.
And like anything else that is good stuff. What is it? What am I? Is this?
You're rolling an investigation.
Oh yeah, can I look around and see if there's anything like in the water or like buried treasure? I don't know.
I got a 12.
Dunk?
10.
Both of you kind of scrounge through the room, but don't really find anything of note. You do kind of pass over the table that the individuals who you originally assaulted were kind of poring over, which includes a collection of maps and miscellaneous paper and such.
I'm all over that shit.
Digging through the maps, you are able to find a fairly detailed map of, at the very least, the Bay of Trowood, which encompasses both Trowood and Westwatch on opposite sides of the bay, and the surrounding forests of it, strewn about which are a number of kind of X's scattered throughout.
Does it look like where we are right
Are the
now has an
X's
X on it?
No indicator that where you are right now is an X. What you also find is a copy of a similar piece of paper that you found at the cave outside of Trowood, which lists a few of the bars in Trowood and Westwatch with different markings alongside them. Some of them scratched out and such.
Can we figure out what that was?
Could ask Eric.
Also, do the X's coincide with the places where summoned creatures popped up?
It's hard to tell. Would you like to make an investigation check? And actually, make an investigation and history check.
Investigation was a super clutch 10, and history is also bad. History is a clutch 9 as well.
Unfortunately, you don't really
I'm not
aren't able
from
to
here.
pinpoint anything together by looking at the X's on the map.
I hand it to somebody else. I'm not from here. I don't know what this shit means.
I'll take a look at it. You got a 18. Oh, hang on. Investigation 17. And for history, 10.
Looking at the list, you are able to discern at least one of the X's seems to be round about that area where you first encountered um, that wolf-like creature outside of Trowood,
Mm.
but you can't be 100% certain.
Hmm.
Since you
I,
did roll so well on investigation, as you look more closely at the paper, you do see that there's kind of like a concentration of X's north of Trowood, deeper into the Watham Wood, as well as a concentration of X's in a particular area outside Westwatch, which, based on to this point, feels like roundabout where you are. Like there's a lot of X's in this particular region of the mountains.
hmm.
Was the bird thing summoned?
You don't know, but you think.
Mm.
I think we said yes to that.
And
Hey,
Lyra corroborated that. She also believes that it was summoned.
you want to see if you feel any Fae around here, Randy? If maybe
Uh,
these X's are marking like
sure, man. I
Fae
cast.
sightings or
What is that? Detect evil and good. Which just lets me know if there's anything within 30 feet of me that's an elemental, a celestial, an aberration, a fae, a fiend, or undead.
You are aware of at least two Fae within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, there's about 2 fae around here.
well,
I wonder who that could be.
Positive control. That's what we got.
you know,
So now that you've looted the bodies of my peers, are we going to be getting a move on? I don't really like hanging out around dead things.
I mean, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
May as well.
All right, what are you all doing?
Leaving?
To go where?
We should go talk to Lyra.
Hmm.
We gonna be okay going into Westwatch considering the circumstances we left it in?
They
Hmm.
think it's the illusion, right? They're looking for somebody else
If
entirely.
if we took a cool, chill nap, I actually would be able to send Lyra a message.
What's the range on message?
So this would be sending, actually.
Oh, okay. So she can't respond.
No, she can't respond. It's basically like message but long distance.
Got it.
But I would need to take a little nap.
Him down for a rest.
Likewise.
I mean, we could just drag all the bodies into a little pile or something, or just float them down the river or something like that.
I vote river.
Yeah.
You
Why do we need
also
to do
take
that? Just to get rid of the corpses?
you also
Yeah.
take great note of the giant crevasses that seem to go down into nothing.
Oh yeah, let's. There, I bet there's little creatures down there that want a little snack.
Yeah.
I don't feel great about this necessarily, but okay.
I'm already
Like-
picking one up.
You just want to leave them here?
I mean, I was gonna say we should just leave, but fine.
I mean, they're gonna get stanky soon.
All
We still
right.
And
have people
if
coming
I
I
here.
pick
if
up
I'm
somebody
able
by
to
the arm and start dragging them towards the crevasse.
if I message Lear, we could find out if I can ask if we're good to check in on back in
Yep.
Westwatch.
Before we take
Alright.
our rest, I walk up to Randy and I'm like, "Will you help me out with something for a second, buddy?
Yeah, man.
Just staying where you are."
Oh.
I put on the necklace and I try to phase through Randy.
Ew. What base is
you
that?
you phase through Randy, and you have disadvantage on all what are they? All ability checks, right?
Yep.
Yes, all ability checks for the next hour. And Randy, make a Constitution saving throw.
Gonna poop his pants.
13.
You feel an enormous amount of discomfort, but take no physical harm. You are, however, frightened of Willem for the next 15 minutes.
You were in.
Like he's running away from me, level frightened.
No, but just like you're not really feeling Willem right now.
Okay.
Didn't
I
like
turn
that.
around once I come. Do I just walk through him in like a second?
It's very quick.
Okay. I turn around once I'm out and I'm like, "Sorry, man. Had to know."
Hated that.
You know, I
Hated it.
think if you had just asked, he would have said yes.
Consent is important.
I
for
did
you.
ask.
Me.
You
Yeah,
did.
You went inside him without.
I
This
had
is why
consent.
people-
I asked and he said sure.
Erica looks over at you and says, "This is why people have a hard time thinking you're not a real fucking creep."
Listen,
Erica's got a point.
I have this fucking
Hardcore
amulet.
point.
I didn't know what it could do. Now I know what it can do.
How the fuck did you get something like that?
Where did we get something? Oh,
I
You
inherited
know
it.
that.
Make a deception check.
it's a puppy. Should I go get a puppy? I might be able to go
14.
get a puppy.
Oh, Finley, you're stinky.
Oh, stinky.
She looks at you and says, I bet that was some inheritance.
Yes,
And she kind
it
of walks.
was, my
Go ahead.
only birthright.
She walks over to you, Randy, and kind of whispers in your ear. Is he fucking
Hey,
telling the
hey.
truth?
Come
Say
on.
what?
Is he telling the truth? He inherited that?
I look over at Willem kind of with a Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Deception check.
A nat 20.
Kind of looks at you and just must be the only good thing he's got. She walks away and kind of like props herself up against a rock and kind of closes her eyes. So we're spending the night here then.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Wake me when you want to. And she starts to nod off.
Yeah, one of us should keep an eye on her for sure.
I'll keep an eye open. Just need like 4 hours of the little rest.
Right.
Okay,
So you all are taking a long rest. Oh,
We
my
are.
dog is really cute.
A
I believe
4 hour
Um,
that's
rest.
fine.
Oh, don't eat that. Don't eat that.
who is taking first watch?
I will since I actually, if I could, we could do this where I sleep for 4 hours, send a quick message, I go back to sleep for the other 4 hours in which other people are resting, and I get my spell back.
I'm okay to take first watch.
I can take second.
All right. So the rest of you go off to sleep while Willem, you are situated kind of in the cave. There are not many sounds except for the passing of water in the river that kind of goes nearby. And as you kind of prop yourself up against a rock, you have a good view of everybody and can also like kind of see above you of the cave entrance in case anyone were to walk in. Um, make a perception check.
15.
All right. You keep a keen eye, and your watch proceeds relatively uneventfully. Towards the end, you start to tire. You've been up now for quite some time since the early morning, and you had a late night the night prior, and have now been trudging through the mountains for most of the day. And sleep, it's like kind of creeping in. You're not falling asleep, but you feel a heavy weight of fatigue. And you start to hear this kind of scratching at the back of your mind, and a small voice kind of whispers this, "You have the keys now. You can find us." And you kind of snap back,
Yeah. I sort of inquire out loud, but in a hushed tone. Who are you? Who's there?
and nobody returns your request.
I walk over to Branwen and sort of nudge her awake with my foot.
Eh. What?
Uh, Listen, it's almost time for you to take watch, and I'm real tired. You seem preoccupied right now. But I just thought
Yes,
you
you
should
do.
know. There was something freaky that just happened to me where, I was getting tired, and then I heard this thing in the back of my head say that I have the keys and I can find them now.
Um, can I make a fake culture check?
No.
Would I, perhaps with
Can I
an
make a check
Arcana
of some
check,
kind?
realize that this is a message or sending spell?
You can make an Arcana check, sure.
Eating.
11.
It doesn't feel like any magic that you know, but it does feel familiar in some way.
Um, does would Bronwyn know enough about Willem to know that he's a changeling?
I believe Willem has shared that detail, has he not?
I
I
think
have.
so.
And Bronwyn
Uh,
knows the whole dealio with
and Willem has also
changelings?
shared that this is not the first time that he has heard these voices, as he also heard them while paralyzed in fear, um, from attacking the bird
So I
creature that
can
you all
generally
fought.
deduce that that's his hag mom hag.
You could ask that question.
Is it your hag mom?
Would I know that?
It sounded very familiar.
I think it might be my hag mom or moms. I don't really know how they do a parenting situation.
Good for them, honestly. What
Happy
keys?
Pride.
Happy Pride. Um, what key? What does she mean by keys?
Listen, I don't know. I was thinking it might be that Haggard Doherty guy or whoever the HD is. Uh, Hansa,
Hanson Daddy.
yeah, a Hanzo daddy. Um, but yeah,
And
I don't know.
daddy.
Listen, I just thought I shouldn't keep that kind of thing to myself.
Okay. Well, thank you for burdening me with this knowledge.
What I'm here for.
I don't know exactly what to do with it except to give you my condolences that you're probably gonna become a hag someday. So I
Well,
think I had a friend in like say high school who was a changeling and she became a hag. It was wild.
Became
yeah, that sounds pretty wild. Thank you for burdening me with that knowledge. And on that note, I am going to go to sleep now.
Okay. Neat. Cool. I sit there for a couple moments, regret most of my life decisions. um, and I will send a message to Lyra. I'm going to say, "Hey, girl, Hanson Dady, do you know him slash them?" The slash wasn't pronunciated. It was just he them. Um, Hanzo Daddy. Um, need information about them.
I need to remind myself of what Lyra's accent is, but also remind me that she
Oh wait,
can respond to this
I have
message.
one more thing I'm adding to that. I'm just trying to think of words. Um, how is Westwatch? Are we wanted? As in wanted in the terms of the Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. Um, she does also has to respond in 25 words or less.
Yes.
Okay. Please hold.
Do, 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 do. I hear hold music. It's just a side effect of casting the spell.
Says, you contacted Lyra. Please hold.
I get back
Oh,
one of
what's
those
the
out of office messages. I am out of the office
Hags.
until no. This isn't for puppies. Actually, I think you'd be fine if you drank it. Oh, thank you, Peg.
She wants some pamplemousse la croix.
She wants some dice. She wants some metal dice.
That's such a little cuddly baby.
She's very good at some. Look
I
at
just realized how small she is too.
yeah.
Just a
My
little
parents
baby.
say she's a disappointment.
Because she's not bigger.
Oh wait, no,
Mhm.
this is the one.
Like Norsy.
Oh, hello,
enormous.
Noisy.
Norsy. Puppy. She's gonna fly away.
This is what our viewers are tuning in for.
Prime
Hello,
television.
viewer. Where did my pencil go? Did you eat it? Did you eat my pencil? Like you're
I
trying
have
to eat my
to say
dice?
more words.
This is not for puppies. Stop it! No! Where did you put my pencil? There. Thank you.
You hear back in your mind in a faint and airy voice, Branwen, good to hear from you. Don't know Hansen Deity. Why? Westwatch is in an uproar. Why would it be you? XOXO.
Gossip girl.
Oh,
You only get one of those a day, Steph?
I get 2 of them, but I just need to go back to sleep for 4 more hours. Um, I'm gonna message her again. Um, Hanson Deity is behind the Holly branch summonings. Who is Westwatch looking for? How's it going? What are you wearing? I don't ask that. Or do I? You can let me know if she responds.
Um,
Peg is curled into a very little ball. Let me get cookie. Nice. Hanson Daddy. No.
mm, Branwen, interesting. I will look into further. Westwatch is looking for a crazed woman. I hope not you. Blue robes, made myself. XOXO.
Oh my god. She makes her own clothes. I wake up. I dunk.
Oh yeah, what?
Watch. You do watch now?
Yeah, yeah.
Sick.
All right,
Let's
Dunk,
go.
make a perception check.
Writing down. Lyra makes own clothes.
That is wait, perception is I think I've got -1. Oh no, I've got +1. 11.
Okay. Your watch also proceeds uneventfully, and about halfway through your watch, Erica kind of like wakes up and sees you all sleeping and notes that you're awake. She goes, "So, furry man, what you doing rolling with a crew like this?"
Hmm. They helped me kill something, and so we're buds now.
Hmm. That's all it takes with a big man like yourself.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Man who knows what he wants gets what he wants.
Amazing.
Admirable. You look the type that's had a bit of a rough and tumble history, much like myself.
Yeah, that's one way to say it. Yeah, been through it.
She kind of
That's all.
stands up from her rock position and comes over and sits down next to you. Um, and just kind of looks at you and says, I get that. Are you from one of the cities? Or are you from one of the mountains?
No, I'm from kind of out in the wilderness. Me and my crew, we hit traders and travelers on the road.
Yeah, you get it. Some of these people you roll with don't know what it's like to grow up with nothing.
No, but they seem pretty
You're
cool.
alright rolling with them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
cool guys.
If you like them, I'll give them a shot. Just try and temper that one over there. She kind of gestures toward a sleeping Willem.
Oh, yeah, he's kind of weird, but he means well. He's a good guy.
And then the big fella. What's his story?
Human trafficking.
Well, he also has been seen the kind of not so great sides of civilization. Uh,
Hmm.
kind of a bit of a past. Not really my story to tell, but he, yeah, he's been through some stuff too, but don't really know exactly what he's like because he's not sober. So
Oh, he's always a little like, ooh.
more like,
Haunted.
yeah,
Haunted.
Hmm. Right. Well, I guess I'll shut my eyes for a little bit more. Thanks, Dunk.
Oh my god, she
Just
didn't
kind of
ask
goes
about
back to sleep. And the rest of your watch proceeds without issue. And the rest you kind of start to wake up from your long rest, feeling, you know, rested per se. Sleeping on the hard ground of the cave isn't wonderful, but you are at least, you got a couple of good hours of sleep under you. And you do know that you had kind of entered the cave in the late afternoon, so you imagine it's probably just before dawn.
Okay, guys, talk to Lyra. She has no idea who Hanzo Daddy is. Also, Westwatch is freaking out looking for a crazy woman. So in short, I'm a
Aren't
genius.
they all crazy?
This
Misogyny.
is why nobody likes you.
Eric just goes, God, walking towards.
Is it worse to be a casual misogynist or a human trafficker? We'll never know.
at
I'm
least he's
starting
not
to
bad
wonder where
about
I
human
went to,
trafficking.
folks.
One could argue that human trafficking has an
I
element
can
of
excuse
misogyny
human
to it, but
trafficking.
one could. I
I can
won't.
excuse human trafficking, but I draw the line at casual massage. That's not my actual view. It's listeners or watchers. Whatever.
Potential future employers.
Oh, don't. Um. Yeah,
Well, that's
let's head back to Westwatch.
yeah. Crazed woman doesn't really match any of us.
'Cause I'm a
So
genius.
All right.
On
You
we go.
all are going to head out of the cave and into the mountains of the Grey Watch, and your estimations were indeed correct. The sun has begun to rise, and it's quite cold. As you exit the cave and start to kind of amble down the ladder that you came up, you can even see your breath, kind of catching in the morning light and the sunbeams, and you're conscious of how a chill has fallen on the air, especially up here in the mountains. The temperature appears to be quite low. The blades of grass that you can see are frosted with some frost, and it's the chill is definitely set in as you make your way down the mountains. The stones beneath your feet giving a nice earthy crunch, and they're slick with the melted frost as your feet kind of clamber about as you struggle to make your way down the steep incline. Um, you are walking for quite a bit of time. Are you doing anything to pass the time back into the city?
I'll take out my little mandolin and I'll just pluck a little idle tune. Doop-a-doop.
I will sidle up on over to Branwyn and have a conversation. I'm gonna say, yeah. So that crazed woman is like for sure Cena, right?
No, that's me, but not me. Remember when you guys left to go out the forest after you murdered a bunch of people, and I used a bunch of spells to cover it up, and then also made it look like I was some woman that didn't look at all
No,
like
no,
me, and I just started running around crazy?
I remember, but I don't think that would have the town in uproar.
Well, I think the murders would.
Well, sure. I hope you're right. Are you
I mean, we can look for her.
okay? And I walk away.
Am I what?
That's all I wanted to hear.
Wait, am I what? Am I what?
No, I was just gonna ask if you were okay with talking to her and making sure that she's okay, because she's not gonna respond to
Oh,
me.
yeah, I can do that. I could do that right now.
Not. I'd rather do it in person. I think, not over text.
Oh, okay. 'Cause, like, I could, like, text her right
No.
now. Hey, you up? What are you wearing?
Please. That's my surrogate
Please
thought.
do? Oh, okay, that's what the relation. Okay, I'm writing that down in my brain. Not together.
No, she was like
I remind
14,
everyone that Cena is a young woman.
How
and
young?
I'm in my 50s.
At the time that Randy has shared with you, she was 14 years old, but a decade has passed.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I'll keep an eye out.
Cool.
And I walk away a little tune.
I'm an 18-year-old boy, just so everybody remembers.
I definitely didn't know that,
I forgot.
Also
that-
forgot.
or rather, remember that. I should
Yeah.
say.
that
I am an indeterminate age because I'm a fae.
You're a fae?
As you all walk down the way, you come across the bend of the cliff face that kind of overlooks Westwatch, and nearing the point where it kind of loops around and further down towards a straightaway towards the gate that you've come in and out of, going into the Greywatch Mountains. And you can see from your high vantage point that the heavy wooden gates of the palisades are kind of drawn shut. There are a number of outposts that are kind of hashed together with hewn and trimmed logs that are sharpened to a point, that stand in front of four guardsmen that flank the sides of the road that you'll be walking down, clearly watching the road. But at this point, they're too far away to understand where they might be looking at the moment. Erica kind of chimes in from the middle of the pack, where you are, and says, don't usually see this many guards standing outside Westwatch.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Randy.
Couldn't tell you.
It's probably fun.
Deception
Right?
check.
Oh, thank you. Perception check to see if it's probably fun.
No, deception check from Randy.
Oh, perception
Cool, because
check?
I rolled a 1 on
No,
whatever I was rolling.
deception, since you said probably fine.
Oh,
Or whatever you said. Wouldn't have have no idea.
yeah, I got an 11.
Erica knows that you're not revealing everything that you're saying. Says,
That's fair.
So one of you fools did something then?
No.
What?
No.
You're gonna be walking right into this then?
Well, they don't know it was us per se. I think. Maybe.
Bless me.
So you all are just kind of heading in without issue?
The
Well,
more
you tell us.
natural the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Let's
take
go in
a,
like one at a time though. Let's
I
go
take
in
a
one at a time.
little swig from my flask Garuni, and I just walk in.
One at a
All
time, one
right.
at a time. Randy, you go first.
Yeah.
Well, you all proceed down the road in a line, Randy leading the way. And when you're about 20 yards from the guardsmen standing behind the posts, one of them kind of shouts out, Oi, what's your business in Westwatch today, son?
We're returning a long lost resident.
Long lost resident, you say? And kind of looks to the group. Which one of you is it?
I point to Erica.
That's quite a nasty scar you've got. As he kind of acknowledges the bandages that surround her body. Says, one of these fools do something to you.
No, she's
Something we
got
should
no
be
arms.
concerned about. I
It
think
was
she'll
a
speak for
big,
herself, son.
it was a big bird.
And he kind
She'll
of
tell you the
cuts you
same.
off. And Erica looks through you all and says,
I
"Oi,
stare
big fucking bird,
daggers at her.
big fucking bird." And she like looks back at you, Bramlin, and returns the glare tenfold. Hmm. Oh, you're returning to Westwatch after how much time? When was the last time you were here?
Been what, 2 days?
Been
No,
a
I think
day since you were
it's
here.
been a bit more than that.
4 days?
I'm gonna purposefully overshoot how long we've been gone.
So you're saying, so Randy says 2 days. Branwen, you say more than that?
Um, no, I won't contradict Randy actually.
Randy, roll a deception check.
Isn't that correct? It's been like 2 days.
Okay, so hold on. Do you honestly believe you've been gone 2 days?
That's what I believe is Brett. But I
Okay.
could believe that Randy
Well,
also
in that
believes
nope. In that case, Randy also believes that.
that.
And the guardsmen say, fair enough. We're on the hunt for a crazed woman. Slaughtered 2 guards here the night before. We suspect it's the same woman that robbed Red Wine Trading Company. You know anything about that?
No, that sounds awful, man. Is there a description?
Yeah. Crazy old hag. Wiry grey hair. Seemed to be running about the square here for about 15 minutes or so, just after the attack occurred. As for the robbery at Red Wine, it's not clear if it was just her or some acting with the group. She kind of looks at all you up and down. Lots of things missing, you see. Things thrown about. Might take a big, strong man such as yourself.
Sounds like you're describing my mom, man. She's
Make
a
a
crazy
performance
bitch.
check. Make a performance check.
I give him bardic inspiration.
That's great.
I clap him on the shoulder and I also laugh really loud. So you get to add a d6.
9
Kidding, a
total.
d8, a d8.
All right. 6.
What? How do you get
How
less?
did it go down?
Because I rolled a d8 and did worse.
Oh. um the guards do not laugh. They just kind of roll their eyes like, it's no laughing matter, son. If you hear anything, just tell the city watch.
Yeah, my bad. I'm pretty drunk.
It's a bit early in the day.
Yeah. Tell I'm not you're not my dad, whatever. I just keep walking.
You, Randy, walk past the guards, and Branwen coming up behind him. The guard kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "I'm making you responsible for that man. But
Oh,
first,
really?
do you know anything about the Red Wine Trading Company robberies?"
No?
Deception check.
Okay. That's not terrible. Deception? Haha.
Yes,
19.
fair enough. You're responsible for him. Make sure he doesn't break anything. And he shouts up to the guards above, "Open the gate!" And the wooden palisade kind of swings open, enabling you to enter deeper into the city.
Yes, I
And
enter
you all
deeper.
do so. Yes, you all enter deeper into the city. And where are you going?
Lyra's house.
All right.
Yeah.
You all make your way through the city, and as you do so, you do find that city watchmen are everywhere. It seems as though patrols have at least doubled, even in just the 18 hours that you've been gone. Um, and they're walking on every corner, and in some cases, you feel as though some civilians have been pulled into service. As some of the guardsmen look quite young and wear like ramshackle armor of leather and hide, as opposed to the traditional chain of the traditional city watchman. Um, but given the increased watch, you find the streets are rather quiet and not abuzz with their traditional activity of workers going to and fro. And so you make it to Lyra's house with relative ease and without any interruption. And as you enter the house, you find the warm ambiance has remained and the fire continues to burn as though it never went out, almost as if the logs haven't shifted at all, just a perpetual burning fire that warms the air in your hearts as you walk in. You see one of the uh, elves situated at the table greeting you with a curt nod as you walk in. Shall I tell Lady Lyra that you've arrived, then?
Yeah.
Ah, you, bring a new friend with you. I'll be needing her name for the record.
I wait for Erica to give her name.
Erica fucking Dane. The fucking is silent.
I sent her just a message cantrip. I totally gave you the opportunity to give a fake name. Just saying.
Um, and then she messages back, I don't need your fucking help. Um, and Eric,
I
the elf,
wink.
kind of
Sounds like you
writes
do it
something
in
down in the book.
silence.
Says, writes it down in the book and says, "Well, thank you, Miss Dane. I ask that you wait outside until invited back in by Lady Lyra. For we have no idea whom you are, unless this party deems you trustworthy to hear what is about to be conversed upon." And he looks at all of you.
Um, she's actually she knows more about what we're about to discuss, so I think having her with is going to be valuable.
Fair enough then. He kind of retreats to the back and calls upon Lady Lyra, who gracefully kind of twirls around the corner and says, "Ah, my friends, it's such a pleasure to see you again. Welcome back. You must be very tired from your trip into the mountains. Oh, this is the one-armed woman. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Dane. Well, I've seen your arm before, but it's a pleasure to meet the rest of you." The fuck are you on about?
What a
Sorry.
wild way to introduce
I understand that can be a bit
your
odd to
arm.
hear, but it is a pleasure. I was there when, when they cut that foul beast up and spilled its guts out onto the floor. So, Branwyn, tell me, what brings you here today?
Yeah, so we tracked down allegedly the people who were leaving behind those Holly Branch calling cards and so many
Hmm.
things. And there's some kind
Yes.
of cult that
Well,
Erica here worked with, um, working under some guy named Hansen Beatty,
yes. The cult certainly confirms my suspicions. There's
which
there are
were
greater, there are greater forces at work here. The question is, I don't know who this Hansen Dady is, and why anyone would have any inclination to create these rifts between our planes. These are foul creatures, and I fear what he intends, or what they intend to do with them, and why they continue to
wait,
do it in so many places.
so you just had the overall suspicion that they were some kind of greater power afoot, but that's all of the suspicion that there is a greater power. It's incredibly vague.
Well, I told you, I suspected that the Winter Queen was at hand in all this, but now you tell me it's this person Hansen Dady.
Well, I'm not
What
saying
would they
Winter
have to do
Queen's
with
not.
anything?
Winter Queen could also be involved because she's just kind of a huge bitch.
Well, I'll have to take your word on that. But I suspect that they're involved somehow, and I now am confirmed that there is indeed a cult at play. I don't understand why you seem to be so frustrated with this news.
Because I don't know what that is.
You cut out.
Don't know who Hansen Daddy is.
Well, neither do I, but I'm happy to continue the expedition and try to find out more information. Do you have any leads to pull upon?
Literally no. Oh wait, I could have asked Elray or whatever his name is. Just pictured that.
Yes, there is Lord Elray. It's possible that he is one constant deity, but
Here, wait, I could ask
that
him
would.
real quick.
That's true.
That might help.
Sure.
I I ring up Elray. Hey
You're
girl.
casting sending.
Yes. I
Okay.
say, hey girl. No Hansen Daddy may also be pronounced Hanzo Daddy. They are behind Holly. Thoughts? Please help. Lyra says hi. What are you wearing?
You get a response in your ear. Bronwyn, you've been out of contact for too long. I expect you to return to Trowood with all due haste. Hansen deity aligns with something that we've found here in Trowood as well. Don't ask me what I'm wearing.
Guys, you know what'd be really funny if I used my sentence spell slot to ask him what he's wearing.
Might be a little bit of a waste of time, but why do you want to know so bad?
What?
Why
I
do you
get
want
it.
to know what he's wearing?
Oh no, just because it's funny.
Okay, respect.
Lyra turns
Um,
to Erica and looks at her and says, "Is this all you're able to tell us? Just the name Hansen deity? I don't even know who fucking Hansen deity is. I just happen to run goods for those fuckers up in the mountains. They were into all sorts of weird occult shit that I wasn't really into, and they talked about summoning those creatures every now and then, but for the most part, they kept me out of their dealings. I would just bring them the supplies that they needed if and when they asked for it."
I have a proposition. What
Yes,
if
fine one.
um Erica stays here and maybe because she's the one that knows the most about this cult out of all of us. What if she helps you research, maybe fetches some magical materials for you? She's good
Um,
at moving supplies.
and what exactly would I be getting paid for that?
I don't know. This is if she hires you.
Lyra looks at you all and says, I suppose that would be very helpful. And you'll return to Turwood to speak with Lord Elray then?
I look at the crew. Thoughts? There was
Wouldn't put
that
us out of
stealing mission.
Westwatch.
We did promise Erica a stealing mission.
That's true. What day is it?
But yeah, is it,
The
is it
stealing mission is technically tomorrow.
I mean,
Oh, well, we gotta stay for the stealing mission.
The
I mean,
stealing
we
mission
could
is
spend the
outside of
day.
Trowood.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
The
So it's
question
on the
is,
way.
can you get to Trowood in time?
So we gotta leave like
I mean, I
now.
think we have enough money to rent a horse or three.
we do have a good bit of money.
Um, Lyra hears you all talking and says, Well, I don't know what you mean by stealing mission, and we will be getting
Don't
to the
worry about
subject
it.
of that in just a moment. But as I said, I'm happy to pay your way by boat, which will certainly get you there faster, but unfortunately, it'll still be a 2 days sail.
It's okay if we don't
That's-
do a stealing mission.
I mean, you seemed really excited for the stealing mission.
I was, but like if we don't do it, it's not the end of the world. The guys are just gonna be so disappointed.
I mean,
I told them I'd be there, but
what if they moved the
What do you
stealing
mean
mission up a night?
by stealing mission?
We're not actually. I don't know.
He's gonna
Really.
be working for a blacksmith and making steel.
Oh. Make a deception check.
Oh, uh, 18.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you all. You, you really are some of the nicest people I've ever met. Perhaps, Branwen, with this newfound ability you have to send messages, you could send a message to the people that you're meeting in Trowood and ask them to delay another night, if it's time sensitive.
I think I could.
How does the spell work exactly?
I'll cast sending.
You have something? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Twinsies.
Uh, this is the sending session, I guess. Yeah, I cast sending
That's
to
so fun. I love sending.
that main guy, and I say, "Hello, we are running late. What about we do a sending mission in like a week or a
Sending
couple days
mission?
from now? Stealing mission. That's the end."
You hear a voice reply in your head. This is most disappointing, but we are happy to delay no more than 2 days. If we were to wait more than a week, the property would long be gone. Be here in 2 nights. Well, technically 3, since it's a day. Be here in 3 days, or you will not partake, and lose out on the fortune that awaits us at the Marigold Estate.
No worries, guys. They said that it's all good.
Great.
Great.
So I
Well,
guess we're going to hang out with our boy Elred.
so if this is the case, will Erica be staying here, or will she go with you all to help on your stealing mission? I'd be happy to pay you a fair sum for your work if you were to support me in my research.
Wait, she was
That
asking
is
us
if you can.
that?
That is if you can spare her services.
I mean, it's up to Erica.
Yeah. She's not
Yeah,
big
what do we
traffic.
look like? A bunch of human traffickers?
Fair enough. So the question is, do I come with you all on some blacksmithing mission? And she looks at you all with like a furrowed brow. Goes, or stay here with little Miss Priss and do some research for a fair sum. I'll take staring in books with little Miss Priss over putting my life on the line once again. So long as the take is good. Good luck to you all.
Lyra, I
Okay,
got
bye.
2 questions before we book it.
Yes.
Have you seen a girl about 24 years old, just going around here, maybe a little bit jumpy, and I describe her likeness.
Oh, Lady Notch. I
Yes.
haven't seen her in about a week or so, but I know she frequented the red wine establishment. Why do you ask?
Does she just live here?
I don't know if she lives in town, but she certainly here quite a bit.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. What do you know about her?
Not much. I've just seen
Son
her
of a
about the
bitch,
market
you knew this
sometimes.
whole time.
What?
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 Sorry. I'm
I didn't
mad.
hear what you... Mad about what?
Cena not, S not, whose name
I
was
wasn't in
in
the room.
all
I
of the
wasn't in the room. I wasn't in the room. But that was
you
her.
piece of you son of a bitch.
Yes, Brandy was not in the room when that factoid was revealed. Um, Lady Lyra responds this, no, I don't really know much about her. She seems like a nice young lady, but, I haven't had the pleasantries of talking to her too much. Just when I've been in the same room as her in Redwine, she seems to, handle some of his affairs.
She works for him.
It seems that way.
This is both good and bad news. She's
Some
a
of the toughest hand.
she's an old companion of mine. I at least
I
know
know.
that she's relatively safe.
I'm
I understand you've been through
staring
a
at
lot.
Randy.
And my
But,
second. No, go ahead.
no.
No, you go ahead.
I know, I was just going to point you in the right direction if those were all the questions you had.
No, I got one more question. Well, two more questions. How was your wife?
You really made me smile the last time you asked about her. It's been a long time since I've had the opportunity to talk to her. I sent her a letter right after you wrote. Or I haven't heard back yet, but I know she's thinking of me.
What's her
Um,
name?
Isabella.
do you ever kind of find yourself at a point in life where you feel a little bit like people's expectations of you and your expectations and perspective of yourself are kind of not in line, and no matter like what you do, you don't really live up to the expectations of others or even yourself. Do you ever feel that way?
I felt it before. It's a very common thing, son. What's most important, though, is that we're willing to always be growing and always knowing that we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to meet the expectations of ourselves or really of anyone. As long as we're willing to grow and adapt and become better, then that's really all that matters. Setting unrealistic expectations for yourself is just a pathway to insanity.
Oh, that's
I'm
so.
gonna give Randy a hug.
What the hell is going on in here?
Erica's in the back just, for the first time I agree with you. This is real fucking heavy. Lyra puts a kind hand kind of like on your shoulder, like she's reaching up, and she just kind of like strokes down your arm and kind of catches at your elbow for a moment. She just says, "You have to stop walking around with the weight of the world on your shoulders, Randall. You'll find out who you are."
I kind of nod
Now,
and
for the rest of you. I said I could promise you a way back, and I plan on keeping good on that promise. I have an old friend down at the docks. Happy to sequester a vessel for you and just make your way down and look for August Firth. He'll be there helping you out.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless there's anything else I can do for you, I believe I'll be taking Miss Erica here and getting straight to work. Does that sound good to you, Miss Dane? Erica kind of nods and says, "Hope you plan on getting a plan for me to only work with one arm. We'll make do, I promise." Anything else you all need before departing?
I don't think so.
When we
Uh,
leave, I'm
I
just
sort of
like,
walk up to Brenman and I nudge her a little bit, and I'm like, should I ask Lyra about the voice situation in my noggin?
I mean, you can. I feel like we both know what that is.
Yeah, but like, does that mean they're like close to me and they're coming after me, or is it just like spooky? I don't really know what's
Would
going on.
Branwen have that information because Fey nonsense?
It didn't feel like a sending or a message spell, I can tell you that much.
You would
But that
not have
person
that
from her high
knowledge.
school
Like
was
this is
turned into a
still
hag.
we're going to talk about that. You wouldn't necessarily have that insight.
Okay. I mean, you can real quick.
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. You know, I
Bye.
was yeah, as we're like walking toward the dock, I'm just like, yeah, I totally forgot that Lyra was technically married, and I was definitely trying to set her and Erica up.
I mean, you
Oops.
never know. Maybe they could have one of them polygamy situations.
Oh my god, they could be a throuple.
Yeah.
Could be.
Great. So you all are going to the docks?
Yes.
To meet
All right.
August Firth.
Indeed.
Collins Firth
Um,
boat brethren.
no relation. As you round out of Lyra's establishment, you know that the docks are but a short walk away, past the Beaumont's Rest and down the sloping kind of natural staircase towards the waterfront below. And as you approach, you begin to hear the sounds of seagulls squawking and waves lapping against the pier. The smell of salt water and fish fills your nostrils as you see the bustling scene of merchants, sailors, and travelers milling about in the late morning sun, feeling very nice and warm against your skin, especially in comparison to the chill morning of the mountains. You hear the shouts of dock workers loading and unloading cargo and the creaking of ropes and rigging of sailors hoisting their sails and securing their lines. And as you make your way through the docks, you find that most of the vessels appear to be like fishing charters and small dinghies, none of which kind of give you a signal of being any of the individuals that Lady Lyra had made you connect with. However, there is one vessel further down that kind of looms large in both its elegance and its size. As you make your way towards the ship, you see a very sleek and elegant vessel with teak wood decking and tall masts that stretch high into the sky. The sails are furled, but the wind and waves gently rock the boat up against the dock. You can hear the creaking of its timbers, the ship sways, and the rustling of the tightly cinched canvas in the wind. The ship's crew bustles about, preparing for departure, and you catch glimpses of the ship's captain, who actually kind of stands just off of the boat, kind of overseeing the work, as well as inspecting the bags and the luggage of a small party of individuals coming aboard. Um, that appears to be like the only captain that you can see in the area. Brandon.
You gotta do
He's
it.
asking the question.
Oh yes, he's a 16.
Nice.
All right.
Uh,
Um.
pull up the image for the
Yeah.
stream here. Hold on just a
Oh,
moment,
geez. Where's my telephone?
and I can share it in the Discord.
Yeah. Where is our boy? Gotta
There-
have our boy.
If I
Whoa!
share it in the Discord, we lose the stream. But if you tune into the stream, you'll see it.
Oh my
He's got
god,
a butt
Discord,
nose.
Discord, be a good Discord.
Hold
Wow,
on. Now
that looks suspiciously like Colin Firth.
I can't see it, but I'm assuming he's hot.
we'll send a
Yeah, I'll
picture
go
when
up
we
to
are
him.
done. All right. As you
Hello,
approach the
Oliver.
captain,
Oh,
he kind of looks at you and says, "Good day, Captain August Firth at your service. And who might you be?"
You can call me Branwyn. We're here on a recommendation from Lyra.
Hmm.
Gotta get
Lyra,
to
Lady Lyra,
Trowwood real
yes.
quick.
Yeah. Well, she's putting me in a bit of a bind here, but I'm more than happy to do anything for the Lady Lyra. I owe her a great debt. Well, we won't be asking any questions then. We are about to shove off anyway. But, with all due respect, I must check your weapons and investigate any luggage that you'll be bringing aboard the Bellamy, as he kind of gestures back to the ship that you can see.
Wait, he's gonna take our weapons?
Yes, this is a private cruise upon which some members of Westwatch and Sherwood's High Society will be joining us, and to meet their desired specifications, we must be taking any weapons from this vessel. They will, of course, be returned to you upon completion of the voyage across Sherwood Bay. And if you would be so kind as to reveal any luggage that you'll be bringing aboard so we can do a quick inspection. All of you may make a perception check as well.
16.
Oh my god. Was Lyra secretly evil this whole time?
You can all see the kind of the
19.
party that has. So yes, Willem and Randy you're very able to see the party that has kind of. All of you are very easily able to see the party that has boarded the vessel before you, and some of the as you look at them, they're all like kind of staring down at you with displeasure is a word that one might use, but not quite. They're looking down at you like, "I'm rich, you're poor" vibes. How Jeff Bezos might look upon a standard New York City resident. Um,
As prey.
Like they
and
could afford a submersible.
they do look like they could afford um, but not one
wait,
that.
this vessel is
No, please have some respect for the dead.
Atmosphere, motherfuckers.
No, the only one who matters is that 18-year-old kid. He didn't deserve it. The rest of them did.
That's fair enough. Um, Anyway, they all look very high society, but you also see much of their luggage is kind of scattered at your feet, including a number of well-to-do chests that are well adorned with golden inlays, and some cinched canvas bags that are stitched with good thread and silk, and as well as some like collection of art supplies and a handful like kind of stacks of flowers, floral arrangements that appear to be kind of stacked in glass cases that are making the trip as well.
Yeah, sure. I give him my sword. My dueling sword. And my +1 dagger.
and my axe.
I give him my crossbow and my bolts and my mace and my shield, and I just kind of say, "Yeah, you can keep those if you want. I don't use them."
I do begrudgingly hand him my moon touch sword.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. As I said, this is a favor for Lady Lyra, so you all will be traveling upon this vessel free of charge, but just know that the others aboard this ship have paid hefty sums to travel the waters in this time, and to do so with an air of elegance and resplendence that only the Bellamy can provide. So I wish you all would behave yourselves and pay them good respect upon this voyage. And he kind of looks at you all. He has these very piercing eyes that seem to scan his surroundings at all times. He's a very intense man. And he's wearing this very well-tailored captain's coat, which he kind of tucks, and he says, "And with that, I welcome you aboard the Bellamy." And he kind of turns his hand to enable you to climb aboard the gangplank and get on. Um, as you
Me
all
getting on
board
the
the
board.
Spell
vessel,
Bellamy.
it's BEL space AMI. As you all walk back, you kind of look over your shoulder and see August Firth looking at all of you with a stern glare, but it makes you a little uneasy. It seems as though he's kind of like never looking at you, always through you. Um, and you all find yourselves aboard the Belle Ami with whatever activities you'd like to take, including investigating the vessel, talking to people, hanging out. What do you want to do?
I want to talk to these rich guys.
All right. The deck that you land on is quite spacious. There's ample room for cargo, but most of it is rather open, and you can note that like there's a very minimal crew. It seems like just two people are kind of working on untying the ropes and detaching the Bellamy from the dock and getting it ready to to set sail. And then as you kind of step up onto the deck, a dwarf starts to walk up to you. He's well kept. He's got a shaven, kind of beard. It's kind of one of the first dwarves you've seen with a well kept beard. It's rather trim and clean against the face. And he kind of goes, "Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to the Bellamy. I can show you to their quarters if you would allow me so, or perhaps you'd like to take a tour of the vessel before you get deeper into your voyage here."
I think a tour would be lovely, perhaps one that ends with our quarters.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful idea, sir. My name is Rolf. If you'll be needing anything that the captain can't handle, it'll be handled by me. I'm the first mate, and I've been with Captain Firth for many years, so I'm more than happy to provide as much service as I can to you on your voyage here. He seems to talk as though his mouth is constantly filled with something. It makes it
Oh,
difficult
he
to
did.
hear him.
You know he did.
He's dipping.
He's piggy dipping at the piggy
Um,
pond.
but it's unclear what exactly it
Out with the
is.
can.
Winter green
But
if you like 'em
he
mean.
he kind of looks at you and he says, "If you follow me further down the ship, I'll take you on a tour. The Bellamy is one of the finest vessels sailing upon Throwood Bay this day. It's a two-masted ketch, sleek and well-maintained frame that can cut through the water and get you there to Throwood and Westwatch faster than any other vessel on these waters. 2 days' sail at most. You'll find several compartments down below," and he kind of gestures to the open staircase as he kind of walks you over and away from the very well-to-do guests that are kind of mingling about on the bow. And he says, "Down there is where you'll find the cargo hold and any supplies that you dropped off when you boarded the vessel, as well as a communal dining. Dinner is served promptly at dusk, so we hope you'll be joining us for one of Chef Ama's lovely dinners. You'll also find a nice library, if you'd like to spend your evenings sipping fine cognac and reading a good book. There'll be a library just off of the dining area.
Um,
The passenger quarters are located further back this way." And he starts to take you past the staircase that leads down to the stern of the ship. "If there'll be no questions, I'll take you down below now." And he gestures for you to walk down a second set of stairs that guide further down.
Look at that goose.
"If you'll follow me down these hallways here, sorry, it's a bit tight, but what we make up for what we lack in space, we more than make up for with our speed. So the guest rooms are this way. These first several are reserved for paying customers. We do appreciate any friends of Lyra's joining us on this vessel, but we will be keeping you in some of the off crew quarters, which are located around this bend here. And he doesn't have to duck, but Randy, you do have to kind of pull your head down as you navigate further into the hallways of the ship. And he kind of walks all the way down to the hallways and four rooms kind of stacked side by side. He says, "These rooms are yours if you would like them, and it is your pick, as it were. We do hope you enjoy your stay, and as I said, dinner is served promptly at dusk, and we will be looking forward to seeing you there. And the ship will be departing in about 30 minutes or so. Any questions I can answer for you?
You mentioned cognac. Is that free?
Yes. All meals and drinks are taken care of here on the Belle Amie for our wonderful passengers on this fine vessel.
And just between you and me, I say this very loudly. Just between you and me, are there anything that is like hard, like just like not out? I'm looking for other drugs as well.
Begging your pardon, sir, but the Belle Amie abides by the strictest guidelines of these territorial waters, and that means abiding by the laws of wet, flat, and forward, which is prohibitive of any
Right.
other drugs that
No,
you might be mentioning.
totally. Yeah. I wouldn't ask of it.
Could I get a dip?
And I don't know what you're talking about, and I hope you all have a very fine evening, and I look forward to seeing you at dinner.
Come on, man. You don't have any of that Copenhagen long cut?
All right, I bid you all adieu, and like I said, if you should be needing anything, please come to me, Ralph, before bothering the captain with it.
You got it, Rolf.
I turned it
And
down.
he kind of
Sorry, man. I tried to get you dip, but it didn't work out.
One.
and he kind of ambles his way past you all and leaves you to open up your cabin doors or go somewhere else.
I'd like to check out the room.
Yeah, what are the
All right.
accommodations like? Do we have to cuddle?
You each have your own room, and you enter into the quarters, which are quite narrow, and they are separate from the crew quarters, but you're on the opposite end of where Rolf has pointed out the other guests will be staying, just further down the hallway. Each room is small but well appointed. There are some comfortable beds and a small footlocker for any personal belongings that you may continue to have. The rooms are simple but elegant, and there are some portholes that are all open right now, letting in the sounds of the docks as well as a stiff breeze coming off of the salt air and the waves that are lapping against the wood of the ship.
Can I go find Randy?
I'm here.
Hey Randy, do you want me to message S Notch? I pull out the document that I found in Red Wines
Oh
and
shit!
point at it
Why did you tell
and
me?
point to and point and point to the HD that's written like right next to it, and then I point back to S Notch.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. What's the deal, bud?
I have no idea.
Because I'm about to message your girl, and you should tell me what you know first before I ask her myself.
I haven't seen her in 10 years, so all I know is what I knew 10 years ago. I guess I don't know
Who
what
did
she's
you
up
give
to.
her?
Last
Who
time I
did you
saw her,
human
she
traffic?
was you know being human trafficked. So
Did
By
you happen
you.
to human traffic her to anybody with the initials HD?
I don't believe so. I
Insight.
well, yeah. Let me. Do I remember? I'm sure I remember. Like, I didn't include this in like my backstory or anything, Chris. But maybe
You
you.
did include this in your backstory, and you do know who inevitably picked them up.
I do.
You do. I will provide you with this
Oh,
They
insight
gave the
via
fake name of
DM
Honky
so
Donk.
that you can determine what you share with your
okay.
I hate when they
compatriots.
get trafficked to the honky
Oh
donk.
my god. God damn it. I forgot I wrote this. Oh.
That's very in
Are
Oh
you
character.
my
reading it?
god. This
Be
is
fair.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember now.
Dish the dish dish.
Yeah.
Do you need anything from me?
No, I'm good. I delivered her to her father, Trunchmer,
Crunch.
and he had a little, band of friends, and I trusted them with her since it was her father. Later, I found out that they are not, the greatest of people after I had dropped her off. But I mean, it was her father. Like, what was I supposed to? I was
Most human trafficking is done by family members. You do know that, right?
Haven't
didn't
you
know.
ever played The Witcher 3? You should know that sometimes an adoptive father is better for a child than the real father.
Look, I know what I did was wrong. I don't. I really thought it was her father.
But it wasn't her father?
Probably not. I mean,
Who paid you?
was
Where did you get her from?
I'm forgetting my own backstory here. Sorry.
Chris is making a face. That son
Oh,
of a bitch.
it was just a normal contractor who would normally give me these deliveries. It was nobody,
A normal human trafficker.
a contractor
For
who
human
would
trafficking.
give me deliveries that were never people before this one. I was told I was delivering it to her. It. Her to her parents.
Um, Insight check. I
While you
insight
all
check.
are talking, you are able to you hear a voice call out from above, the familiar voice of Captain Firth. All right, all, shove off. And then Rolf's voice in return. Aye, sir, shoving off. And you feel the vessel begin to kind of pull out of the docks. But you can continue talking.
18 inside check on Rando.
Uh,
And what are you trying to discern?
She's full of shit.
Ra- Randy's kind of stupid, but he's not a bad guy.
Yes, Randy is stupid, and you are able to tell with that level of insight that he's telling you what he thinks is true.
I'm gonna message her.
Just I guess make sure that she's okay working for Red Wine. I don't really trust the guy, but I'm sure it's better than I don't know. At least we know where she is.
Okay. I'm gonna message Cena. Hey girl. Hey girl. I'm a friend. What do you do for red wine? Who is Hansen Datey? Are you safe? That's it. I'm gonna add my name is Bronwyn. So I sound a little friendly.
One second.
What's going on?
You receive no response.
What'd she say?
She said nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
She kind of sucks.
She's difficult, yeah.
All right. This feels like a wonderful opportunity to break for the evening, unless the party would like to do anything else before ending the session today. We will pick up next time aboard the Bellamy and steaming ahead to Trowood across the bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boat
Right
time,
on.
boat time. Oh my
Keep
god,
it-
pirate adventure.
This is giving me serious Saltmarsh flashbacks.
I'm on a boat.
Oh my
As you
god.
Expecting
all
Florence Pewter to
Are
show
we
up.
gonna meet Florence Pewter again? Oh my god.
Florence
as
Pugh.
you all kind of gather in the hallway, you feel like you hear this faint tune of music in your minds as the Mamma Mia soundtrack begins to play.
The what soundtrack?
Wait, for real?
The Mamma Mia soundtrack begins to play in your minds.
Oh no, it's a musical episode next time.
Are we gonna have to find out
We
who
thank you all
someone's
for
dad was?
joining us on this episode of Nat20Hot. We will be back next Wednesday
Yeah,
Tentatively.
yeah.
Yeah.
at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central Time, and look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.